Hi, masters. Kindly sit in your positions. Please lock your hands like this and remove your specs. If you are wearing specs, please remove your specs and slowly close your eyes. Start the music meditation. Last 1 minute, masters. Be with your breath. Masters, kindly keep your palms on your eyes and count 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. When you're ready, slowly close your eyes. Masters, thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Yeah, Namaste, sir. Chandra Modali, sir. Our Grandmaster, today's session on Chakras, part 3. Over to you, sir.
3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 2. 1. Thank you. Okay. Before I talk chakras, right? One thing that is important for us to just revisit a bit. One sec, just give me a minute. Yeah, is that till now we have seen the scenario where we understood how we create diseases. But am I clearly audible, Satish?
Yeah, is it audible? It's very clear, Master. Please.
Okay, right. So, as we look at life, we saw that our daily rigmarole or routine that we pass through, our expectations, etc., are what we experience on the outside. But then, how does it impact us if we really try to look? Or how is our life going to influence our internal mechanism that we have in the body? Right? If you really look at our requirements of life, right, probably I would categorize it into two requirements. One is the physiological need, the security requirements, the belonging, that is the sense of belonging, which I would associate with acceptance, our inner feelings, which is the love, etc., that we require, as well as the qualities which represent our individual identity. Right? In other words, how they reflect in terms of our chakras. Right? And going further, the needs go in terms of the individual knowledge, the understanding, the fulfillment of our expectations, the fulfillment of our manifestations, the impact that they have on our life, etc., directly impacts the different chakras. Significant amongst them happen to be the lower three, which is the survival, the upper three, which is our levels of knowledge, etc. And both of them result in our effective feeling and how they impact us. Right? We have seen that as we grow, based on our age requirements, our body energies are directly dependent upon these physiological safety, the sense of belonging, the esteem, self-esteem, and the what you call the actualization or the individual, what you call the identity, the spirituality, the knowledge levels, etc. Those influence our life. We need to keep this in the background, right? So our mental behavior, etc., all of them are directly related to those, and those are the ones when there is an imbalance that we saw last time. When there is an imbalance, that is going to impact us significantly. Are you with me so far? Right? We will today talk in terms of the balance and imbalance, how they influence us, maybe in terms of our survival, is where we will focus in the day. Now, if we really go back to that slide, one thing we need to understand is the relationship. Are you people able to see what is on the screen? This will again anyway get repeated. And in our body, each of these chakras, which is at the lower end and the higher end, how they impact us is in terms of our daily behavior, because chakras are the centers which control the entire endocrine system, which consists of various glands in the body. For example, if we take the root chakra controls the adrenaline. Now, adrenaline, or the adrenals as they call it, these adrenals basically are located almost at the spine level. When we say they are located at the spine level, it also means that our backbone, the base, which supports this entire structure, is actually the one that is at the base level. What we have is the entire governing the backbone of the human body. That is the mineral part of it. In addition to that, we have our survival safety requirement. And in other words, if we really take into consideration what is the survival safety, etc., that is the characteristic which we would call fear. So fear is the one that is at the base chakra, because our survival is dependent upon what we call the flight or fight mode. And keeping this in balance thereby becomes very essential, because once you are under the influence of fear, we saw how one characteristic, one thought can repeatedly circulate in our body and manifest as a health challenge that we have. So, root chakra is associated with the fundamental survival quality, which is. So, what is it associated with? Let us look at it from that perspective. We have seen the spinal column. When we say the spinal column, the bones, the legs, the hips, the tailbone, the lower back, and the pelvis. This is where this
Are you sharing
entire...
anything, Master? Are you sharing anything? We are not able to see your
Oh,
slide.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought I was sharing it. My mistake. Okay, one sec. Where is this slide gone? Yeah. So are you able to see this screen now? Okay.
Yeah, now it is visible.
Right. My bad, basically. Right. So in our development, once we are born, the first thing that in the 0 to 7 years is our survival period. And that influence, we saw the Excel sheet last time, right? As we grow, in the 0 to 7, the first thing that develops is our backbone, from a lying position to this one. And this root chakra is associated with these components. Then there is the blood, and the organs that are associated with that is the colon, the prostate, etc. Now, parallelly, right, when we say these are healthy, we look at when these are in balance, right, a deep level of connection to ourselves. We feel we are with ourselves as individuals. So, when we say we are with ourselves, we are focusing on the physical body, the world around us, how we are staying connected. We maintain a knowledge that we are safe. So safety. Safety, in other words, means stability and security. So these are the things when we are maintaining this in balance, these are the feelings that we will propagate. right? So our survival, in other words, translates to the comfort feel that we are safe, we are stable, we are secure, and we are connected to everything that is happening within us and with us. Okay? So let's go to the next parameter. So if this chakra were to be blocked, we had seen last time that every blockage has got an impact which impacts the organs, the sensations, the experiences of that particular stage. Right? So from that perspective, now we said that this is associated with our survival. So what are the things that will that we will experience when our survival is threatened? Anybody? We will make this interactive. Otherwise, it is like a school. I don't want it to be a school. I want it to be interactive. So there are some of my learned partners who are here. Supriya, you can tell me, what do we experience if we don't feel, if we feel that our survival is threatened? What would be the feeling that we will exhibit? Oh, today Supriya is on silence. Anybody amongst you who can tell me?
A lack of confidence.
Lack of confidence. I would use the word anxiousness for that, right? Or you will start feeling insecure. You will start feeling frustrated, etc. So when there is a blockage, those are the kind of experiences that we will go through. Okay. So it could be our money needs or our primary relationship, or it could be our what you call a job change. These are all the transition areas that could influence us as we grow. Or it could be that we are not feeling loved, and so on, right? So this feeling of frustration, this feeling of insecurity, etc., will have its own repercussion on the well-being. So root chakra is going to be in terms of our survival. And, right? So there are two qualities. All chakras needs to be balanced. That is what we started with. If there is imbalance, it results in something that is physical. The physical problems that can be associated when this is in imbalance is lower back pain. And from a different perspective in terms of the energy circulation, etc., it could also represent constipation. Right? This is the physical manifestation. But what about the mental condition? These are, as you said, the manifestation of fear in us. We feel disorganized, and we don't feel like doing anything. All those become the parameters that there is an indication that the imbalance is there and that it is on the negative side. Right? So likewise, if we look at it from the positive side, if there is too much of energy at the root level, that means we are not utilizing the energies effectively. It could result in varicose veins. It could result in diarrhea, which is the physical manifestation. And from a mental perspective, it could be laziness, fatigue, as well as greed. So these are the things that direct our behavior. So there are some comments I think Supriyaji would have sent. Yeah, there it is. Right. So we are not able to, okay, that's fine. Okay. Right. So what it means is basically these things that affect us, the manifestation of these kind of qualities indicate very clearly that our root chakra is not in balance. Okay. Now, let's now look at the second chakra, which contributes to our survival. We have taken care of the adrenal related problems, which is the flight or fight, and that impacts the root chakra. Now let's go to the next part. See, the root chakra is your physical survival. The second component of the physical survival comes in terms of the abdomen area. In the abdomen area, we have certain glands. What are the glands in the abdomen area? The glands, etc., in the abdomen area happen to be the creativity, the emotions, the passions, and the sexuality, etc. Right? So when we are in health, right, what are we connected with? Right? Our energies, our creative powers, the passions, right? So what are they? If we are in balance, what does it mean? It means that the ability to flow freely with your emotions. That means in the first level, we saw about frustrations, etc. But then here, the flow, we are feeling energetic enough to live in that moment, to experience those. That is what happens at the sacral chakra level, right? And this is where we start the second part of our life, which is we start generating a feeling that we are connected with people, the emotions, right? And we slowly start seeing that we are recognized, etc. Right? Now, suppose this was not the case, how would it impact us? We will feel that the emotions are out of control. We would feel that our creativity is stifled, or we would feel that our passions, we are not expressing them properly. Maybe we are blocking our emotions. We feel hurt, we hold it within. All those will result in us going into a problem with respect to, again, lower back pain at one level was the root cause not being effectively managed. Now, the second one, again, for the back pain, happens to be in terms of the emotions. The emotions are not appropriately being managed, right? Now, this is one chakra which is associated with fluids in the body, right? And fluids are directly connected with your kidneys. So, probably a sort of a weakness in the kidneys. Kidneys is the one that keeps the entire hygiene factor of the body. So, the resulting this could be that reproductive issues such as cramps, inability to become pregnant, all these are associated at the Swadhisthana chakra, the sacral chakra. Right? Let's go to the next parameter that this is associated with. It is associated with also our adrenal glands, because that entire system is going to dominate this one. It is in the pelvic region, the fluid function of the body, the bladder movement. So when we encounter problems of this kind, we need to decipher that our second chakra is out of balance, right? Okay, now physical problems that we can associate with this chakra is the infertility. The mental problems are depressions, disinterest in life, because we are not being creative, right? And if it is on the higher side, what happens is we could have, if it is overstimulated, it could result in urinary tract related problems, or it could be that we are frustrated, we are being compelled, we are under tension. So now look at this. The first root chakra and the second one, which is the sacral chakra. The third one, look at all this. I mean, how they indicate to our survival related problems of life, right? The third one, which actually puts us through, one sec. Yeah. So here, let's come to the third chakra. The lower three chakras are what dictate terms in terms of our survival. So what are we talking about when we are talking about the solar plexus? In other words, the power that drives our life. The recognition is one of the kind of power. All these emanate at your solar plexus, which is your Manipuraka. Right? So here, what does it deal with? It is located at the upper abdomen, the belly area, right? The diaphragm, right? So this governs the personal willpower, the effect of manifestation. This is the life energy which is vital, and this also talks about your confidence levels, because your confidence is dependent upon your self-worth. How do you decide that? So when you are in a balanced state, generally, what happens to us when we don't feel recognized? Right? I mean, basically, when you are not recognized, how do you respond? Satish? How would you respond if we are not feeling recognized?
Low esteem.
And become dull.
Yeah, you will become dull. You will start feeling a sort of insecurity, right? Because you're not being recognized. That is another way that, as Ratnam sir said, low self-esteem. Correct. So that will manifest as you are not being cheerful. Your desires not being met, your disappointments, right? Now, and when it is in balance, you will start feeling very confident. You will start experiencing the positives of life. You will start enjoying every moment of your life, right? There is no parameter like, hey, I don't think I'm going to survive here. I'm not going to succeed here. Those kind of thoughts don't come. And that means your very confidence that you are able to exhibit is something which indicates that you are in the balance at the power utilization parameter of life, right? Now, in other words, just think of the opposite, right? We will experience confusion, etc. This is an indication that our third chakra is imbalanced. If you go to some countries, just the weather is capable of damaging the functioning of this. For example, I know I've been in a country where in a span of 1 year, I saw the sun only 4 times. Right? Even the weather impacts us. And you feel so miserable that the best word, the predominant suffering of the people there is in terms of expression of depression. You will see their behavior, their talking, for everything there is a frustration that comes out. And that is an indication that we need to do something to set right the imbalance of the Manipuraka chakra. They need to do engage in something that will reverse these kind of scenarios. Right? I mean, you should learn to accept and live there and so on. Right? So what are the physical problems associated? The third one, that's where the stomach, etc. reside. So digestive difficulties, allergies, problems with the liver, right? Then adrenaline fatigue is one of the causes wherein you have been subjected to the same emotion again and again, again and again, again and again, wherein you start worrying about everything, right? You're not sure. Your creativity is being damaged at the second level, and the manifestation of that is in terms of the third one, right? So your nervousness, and also on the extreme side, it could be manifestation of diabetes. And they're all interrelated, right? So let us see. So from this, we can conclude that the issues that we are going to face are directly these. I mean, this is just a replication. It's basically the food-related, all digestive-related problems. That is what we experience. Now, let us try to look at it from another perspective. The physical parameter of out of balance is food allergies. The mental impact of that is we are passive, we are not clear, right? Our existence is being threatened because we are confused. So those are the things that indicate us that this particular chakra is in imbalance. And mentally, right, when we are over stimulated, because this is power, we start dominating people. We become narrow-minded. We become abrasive, right? All those are also indication of this particular chakra needs to be managed. And as far as the health is concerned, what are those parameters? Confident, decisive, focused, powerful, purposeful. These are the things that we will, this particular chakra represents. So we have seen the survival, right? Now let us go back to this chart, right? And take a look at this, right? How does this impact? So as far as our cognitive skills are concerned, we go through all these which could potentially result in our survival being questioned, threatened, or there being an imbalance at those levels. So see, the relationship of all these chakras and our life progression are very closely related. When we don't feel something, we need to then, how do we get out of it? These are the challenges at the survival level that we spoke about. How are we going to utilize our meditation to overcome these challenges in life, right? So for that, we recognize that particular area. We then start energizing that in our meditation. And also with age, one thing that happens very clearly is, because of these, the baggage that we acquire with age, with negative experiences, actually goes down and settles down at the lower end of our body. Right? And that is where Joe Dispenza beautifully says, blessing the energy centers as a methodology. So you start low, you start moving your muscles and your thought power together to re-trigger the restoration of health. So he says in your meditation, close your eyes and blah, blah, which is all the standard position related. And then he says, take a deep breath in, pull your energies from the root chakra upwards slowly. Right? What are you doing in the process? You are re-triggering all that energies that have got blocked. See, normally when we do our normal anapanasati, what are we doing? We are breathing in and breathing out and trying to clear all the blockages that are there at the energy level. Now, here there is a combination of energy as well as the physical elements within the body. So, both of these we start triggering simultaneously by means of doing those exercises to re-establish the movement of energy. That is what we do when we do the chakra level meditation. And that when we start seeing that one by one, the blockages are then getting eliminated. We start seeing ourselves coming back to the levels of confidence and so on. Right? One of the main reasons that this is at the physical level, the survival level. Now, next week we will talk about the higher three chakras, and then we will do one round of chakra related meditation, which will actually establish our journey back to health from a chakras perspective. So these parameters are very important for us to understand. We will also try to see if we can take one disease and how to apply these chakras to come out of that. That would probably be 2 weeks hence. Yeah. So any questions?
Master,
Yes,
thank you
sir.
for the presentation. Okay. Besides meditation,
Yes, sir.
can yoga also can serve as a stimulant, or can it streamline the chakras, Yoga.
Yes, it can. Sir, see, yogas, yoga is a state, right? Any yoga, there's what we call the movement. When we are doing yoga, is a combination of the physical and the mental state of the body, the culmination. So both will simultaneously work, but the end result will be very much the same. I agree, it will.
Okay.
Because when we do, sir, the entire body, if you look at it practically, is like a balloon. Right? There is a pressure from inside, there is pressure from outside, then there is a posture which regulates the movement of the energy from a physical perspective. And there is also a mental perspective. So yoga will do the combination of all these along with meditation. So combining them, we get the best the best result of application on the body.
So I think yoga also is a very important element in this spiritual practice as well.
Yes, sir. It is. It is.
Thank you, Master.
Yeah. Any other question? Ratnam sir, you have a question?
Yeah. I think you have really answered. Thank you, Master. So,
Right.
but because you see, the issue is all the way we have been talking about meditation, meditation,
Yes.
meditation, uh, but yoga has not been touched at all, But
Sir, people have this misconception. I know where you are coming from. Actually, meditation is another form of yoga, which you call Raja Yoga.
yeah, yes, yes,
Right. So all of them are yoga. One is at the physical level, the other one is from the mental perspective. You are focusing more from the mental perspective. And even there, the postures, etc., make a lot of,
different.
they have their own value.
It makes a very lot of difference. So the exercises, the physical exercises, there's so many asanas like Surya Namaskara, all these so many asanas.
Yes, yes.
So,
So
so
asanas is one side of it.
mm,
And the other side of it is the flow of energy that you are going to do. That is the physical side of it. This is the mental side of it. And we are a combination of both the
yeah,
physical and the mental.
true.
Yeah.
So I think probably they also should emphasize a bit on the yoga as well. They should emphasize a bit of yoga asanas because end of the day we need to exercise our body. Lack of exercise also
Yes.
can cause a lot of stress, depression, and so many things. So exercise also forms a very important part of the meditation and all those things. Basically, we
Yeah, I
have to
mean,
be
see,
fit.
I 100% agree with that. And all I am saying is the highest form of yoga is meditation. And if you take it, if they say Raja Yoga is, that is what is Raja Yoga, right? Ultimately, the purpose of yoga, whether you do it through pranayama or whichever mode, right? So, whichever mode we do it, ultimately the objective is the same. Put everything into a balanced state.
Yes, both should be balanced together. I
Correct.
agree with
Yeah,
you. Both
they
must be
go
balanced.
together.
So
But
meditation is.
then, yeah,
Mm,
but then we are trying to look at it that saying that doing asanas is yoga and meditation is not yoga. I am trying to address it from that perspective, saying that everything is yoga. If I do asanas and I do not do proper breathing along with it, what will happen to me?
yeah. Because you have a better understanding when you see better understanding of meditation, and at the same time you have a better understanding of yoga. Because as you said, it's both interrelated.
Yeah,
Interrelated.
correct. No, both of them work together. Right. I think maybe Subramaniam sir will request Parmeswaran sir's presence here to show the impact of yoga because he is a yoga master. And I can only talk from the meditation perspective because yoga did not give me my expected result. So, but meditation gave me. So, I mean, my experience with this. So, basically, all it leads to is that there could be two phases of the experiences that dominate our thought process. Yeah. Right.
Okay,
Sir, one question.
Yeah, I know you need to be louder.
Okay, 1 minute, sir. I think there's some sound.
Hmm.
Uh, Ratnam, sir, is finished. Is there, or should I?
Yeah. No, you go ahead.
Uh, so my question is that you were showing the diagram, right? In that, you showed that the emotions for root chakra, anxiety and fear,
Hmm.
and for sacral chakra, it is insecurity, right?
Sacral chakra is the emotional side of it. At the root chakra, it is the fear, right? The cause of the
Yeah.
fear is going to come in here. The impact of both of these is going to be felt at the stomach level. That means the energy distribution within the body. Now,
Yes. Mm.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
sure,
all
sir.
of them are interrelated. None of them is independent of the other.
Okay. Okay. So the emotions at like different levels, like at Manipura, what would be I was just like in the chart you had put the emotions, so I just wanted to just go over the emotional aspects, if it is possible. In all the 7 chakras, like what is the emotional? Uh,
See, emotion is going to be a distributed parameter of the combined influence of the imbalance within the chakras. It is not that one emotion is associated only with one chakra.
mhm. The predominance maybe of a certain emotion.
See, there could be a predominance. For example, you have experienced something, right?
Yes.
Now, that is sitting in your memory,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
right? When you recall, that
Yeah.
influence is going to trigger all the behaviors of all these chakras being in imbalance as a result.
Okay.
So don't try
Um.
to see.
Mhm.
It's like saying that yoga and meditation are two independent things. They are not. Likewise, emotions are the bits and pieces of manifestation that go and park themselves at various parts of the body.
Okay.
Chakras being imbalanced is one of the indication.
Uh, so a person who has like let's say cervical lumbar difficulties like walking and sciatica and all these things are all root chakra related, right?
See, they are
Not
root
really.
chakra, but the cause could be across the body.
Okay.
See, it is not
Yes.
that. See, I can't say that I have got a lower back pain and the main cause is because of my, let us say, the three survival chakras. Or I can't say that my root alone is the one that is impacted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Root could be because of indigestion. It could be posture. There could be so many of these that influence. Are you with me?
Yeah, yes, sir. Sure. I am with you. So,
The impact of it is what you are saying. But then from an energy perspective, these are energy centers. So there could be a blockage there. Or basically it is not receiving sufficient energy.
yeah, yeah.
Energy, right? Now, this energy does not say that I don't have a separate pipeline of energy to my root chakra or to my sacral chakra or my manipuraka or whether it is coming from my throat level. I don't know, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the impact is felt there.
Okay.
So you will start working backwards.
Okay.
So that I've got a back pain. Is it due to my posture? Am I emotionally stable? Is my survival threatened? Right? Because
Mm-hmm.
all those, because see, the fact remains that we are a collection of 50 trillion cells.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The root cause of the problem could come from any point,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
right? But then this becomes saying that you are feeling the culmination at that point, so you work backwards from there
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
to identify.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Can we say that any illness or any stress related symptoms, it can be one second. Yeah, it will always be several chakras because all the chakras are interdependent. They are just energy centers. If the basic input is not proper, the output also will be improper. For example, consider your water pipeline in a locality. The last mile may not receive the problem, may not receive the water. That is the individual organ in the body. That starts misbehaving. That misbehaving, the root cause could be somewhere else. Are you with me?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
So it can be anywhere. The root cause could be anywhere. We need to identify that. Because if the first junction is malfunctioning, the impact will be felt at the last mile and also miles in between. So we need to be able to go to the depth of this, right? Because if you see, there is also a serial connectivity. You're talking about your nadis, your Sushumna nadi and all the individual nadis. The main pipeline and then the individual pipelines, both of them together. So the answer to your question is yes, they will always be interrelated.
Masterji, can I have one more question? So, we know that it could be a combination of the root cause can be anywhere in one of the chakra or few chakras. What can help us to identify the cause and to work on rectifying or balancing those chakras or the source of the
So we will see
complications?
that is not a very simple answer. However, all I can say is we go chakra by chakra. When we do the chakra level meditation, we don't do just at one chakra, we will do it at all the chakras combined. Okay. In the process, we can eliminate that. I don't know if that answers your question or not.
Yeah, I do understand. That means when we do our meditation or even yoga, our effort should be focusing on each and every one of the chakras, so that if there is any problem related, so that could be improved or reduced, right?
Yes. See, likewise, if you remember, around each chakra, one thing that I was showing, I don't know whether it was in the last class or where was it that I was showing that picture. Yeah. See, from an energy perspective, right? One sec. Let me just share this at the cost of repetition. Right? See, look at our body. When you take an energy view of the body, how do we look? We look like this. Are you able to see, ma'am?
Yes, I can see.
Right? We look like this. Correct. Now, from an energy healing perspective, what you are doing is you are trying to focus on a particular area and replenishing it with thought which says that I am changing the pattern of the particle and the quality of the particle, and then I am bringing the whole thing together. Right?
Yeah.
Are you getting it? Are you able to imagine what I am saying?
Yes, can.
So from an energy perspective, this is what it is. Correct. So that is how this, what you call the energy chakras actually, the chakra system will function on your body. But then it is the internal environment. There are so many other parameters in terms of the cure that we are talking of. They are all interrelated. That is the point that I am trying to make.
So basically, we have to focus, is based on our thought process, thought process, and we just focus
80% thought process,
thought process, we focus. So with the thought process, we focus on the symptoms, the symptoms.
Exactly. Correct.
We focus on the symptoms, then the
Sir,
healing will take place.
symptoms will help us modify our thoughts to change the environment. Which one brought together is health.
Yeah. So that is part of the healing process, actually.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yes. So it is the emotional balance, it is the creativity. I mean, all these parameters of each of the chakras has its own contribution to make.
Thank you, Master.
And everything starts with, if it is psychosomatic, it has to start with your thought. Thought can control and change the pattern. So that is the way the whole thing will work on our body. Any other question? Because your questions give me a lot more clarity to what theory I read. So please don't hesitate. Keep asking me questions. If no other question, then we can do our next round of meditation. Satish sir, back to you.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you so much for today's session, for sharing all your wisdom to our Malaysia masters. Yeah, before ending the session, let's do 5 minutes of music meditation, masters. Master. Masters, keep your palms on your eyes and count for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Slowly open your eyes, Masters. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining.